Hey, so why is it so darn hard for you to get financing on a barndominium? Well, the reality is that it really isn't. But there are a lot of complications because of all the information that's out there and trying to interpret what is best for you. So for example, I just found this today. It is an excerpt from one of the very popular Barndominium websites that talks about Fannie Mae not allowing financing for a barndominium. Now, we've got to give them some grace because it does state that it's from 2020, but that information needs to be updated because Fannie Mae does allow for barndominium financing. Matter of fact, our bank just called today, as a matter of fact, to verify that that information is accurate. So when you go to a lender like, whether it's a commercial bank like myself or a mortgage broker or a mortgage bank or even a credit union, there are going to be certain guidelines that they have to follow. Now, if it's an agency guideline like Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, they're going to have their own set of rules. But then a bank or credit union or mortgage broker, they may have their own set of rules that they put over the top of that called an overlay. So an overlay is a set of guidelines that says, hey, listen, here's an agency saying this, but on top of that, we want to hedge our risk a little bit and have another rule on top of that, okay? And so you may be calling a lender that has that says, oh, these are the Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac guidelines, but they're actually putting extra layers on top of that. I know for example, for myself, this isn't related to barndominiums, but at my bank where we do FHA loans, we have certain overlays and requirements. For example, FHA will go down to a 580 credit score. Our bank only says 640 on an FHA, okay? So that would be our overlay, making it a little harder for an FHA buyer compared to going to, let's say, a mortgage broker that's going to be very lenient. In the case of barndominiums, we are very ambitious. We want to lend on barndominiums, so we take our interpretation of the guidelines very black and white with what they are. We don't try to put any additional overlays on top of them. We go right off of the guidelines they have. So I know there's a very popular good guy. I know him. He's a national lender out there saying that Fannie Mae has certain requirements for lending on a barndominium that actually isn't a Fannie Mae guideline because we called and verified today. It would be a bank overlay that he has. So if you're out there searching for financing on a barndominium, be very careful, do your research, ask lots of questions, follow the Barndo bankers so that you can try to get information that is, based upon the options that are out there. It's not that the bank you go to, that we're contesting their guidelines or what their requirements are for a loan. But what we are saying is, hey, search around because there are variables, as far as down payment and credit score requirements and terms on construction loans, interest rates, closing costs, all those pieces. And we would like to be a great resource for you here, digging really, really deep so that you get as much information as you need. So continue to follow us here on Barndo Bakers and stay tuned for more great information.